The first thing Jack Morrison felt when he woke up was pain. The second thing he felt was silk. Not the metaphorical kind, actual silk. Cool, smooth sheets that slid against his fingers when he twitched. Which was odd, because the last thing he remembered involved concrete, blood, and a very angry man with too many knives. Jack opened one eye. A ceiling of crystalline light arched above him, glowing in soft shades of violet and gold. Symbols shimmered across it like living constellations. The air smelled faintly of jasmine and something metallic, like clean rain. Either I'm dead," Jack muttered, "or I've been upgraded. You are not dead." The voice was sharp, melodic, and distinctly not human. Jack turned his head. 3 very tall, very armored women stood at the side of his bed. They were unmistakably alien skin with a subtle opalescent sheen, eyes glowing faintly silver, long dark hair braided with metallic threads. Their armor looked like something between ceremonial battle gear and haute couture. Spear-like weapons rested in their hands, humming faintly with energy. Jack blinked. He blinked again. "I died," he concluded. "This is some kind of extremely specific afterlife." One of the guards frowned. "You are in the Royal Healing Wing of the Celestial Embassy." "Right," Jack said. "Of course I am. 10 stabs earlier." The day had started normally. By normal, Jack meant that a minor portal anomaly had opened above Fifth Avenue. A floating noodle stand had been temporarily inverted by gravity fluctuations, and his coffee had been vaporized by an off-duty elemental mage arguing with his girlfriend. The alien embassies had been established 20 years ago, after humanity discovered we were neither alone nor particularly impressive. Most extraterrestrial visitors were peaceful, some were not. Jack had been walking home when he saw it. Most extraterrestrial visitors were peaceful, some were not. Jack had been walking home when he saw it. A small alien child, barely 3 feet tall, luminous blue skin, wide golden eyes, standing alone in an alley, trembling. Across from her stood 3 masked men armed with black market null blades, the kind designed specifically to pierce enhanced physiology. "Hey," Jack called out before thinking. The men turned. The child whimpered, and Jack, who had no superpowers, no glowing eyes, and no energy spear, just stubborn decency and a body that had survived bad decisions before, stepped between them. "Gentlemen," he said, cracking his neck, "I'm going to need you to reconsider your life choices." They did not reconsider. They attacked. The first blade slid between his ribs. Jack gasped, but didn't fall. The second struck his shoulder. The third his side. By the fourth, he had disarmed one attacker and broken another's nose. By the fifth, he was dizzy. By the sixth, he couldn't feel his left arm. The 7th, 8th, 9th, he lost count somewhere between pain and fury. The 10th stab hit deep. And still, Jack stayed standing. Behind him, the alien child sobbed. "Run," he rasped. She didn't. Instead, the alley erupted in silver light. Figures descended from above like falling stars. The attackers were disarmed in seconds. Jack saw a flash of regal white and gold, someone stepping forward. A woman, tall, radiant, eyes like molten sunrise. And then everything went black. Back to the bed. "You sustained 10 penetrative wounds," one guard informed him now. "Yeah, I remember," Jack muttered. "10's a nice round number. You should be dead. I get that a lot." The door behind the guards slid open with a whisper of light. All three women straightened instantly, spears crossing over their chests, and she entered, Princess Ashara. Jack didn't know her name yet, but he knew two things immediately. 1. She was the woman from the alley. 2. He was in serious trouble. She wore flowing white fabric threaded with starlight metal. A delicate crown hovered just above her dark hair, not touching, suspended by some invisible field. Her presence filled the room, not loudly, not aggressively, but completely. Her eyes locked onto his. "You are awake." Her voice was softer than he expected. "Unfortunately," Jack said. "Was I snoring?" One of the guards looked scandalized. Ashara's lips twitched. "I am Princess Ashara of the Lyrathi sovereignty," she said. "You saved my niece." "Oh," Jack said. "So that wasn't just a random alien kid." Ashara stepped closer to the bed, close enough that he could see faint patterns beneath her skin, like constellations mapped in light. "She is heir to our star line," Ashara continued. "An assassination attempt was made." Jack swallowed. "So, I accidentally tackled intergalactic politics." "Yes. Cool, cool, cool. You took 10 stabs meant for her." Jack shrugged, then winced. "I've had worse Tuesdays." She studied him carefully. "Why?" she asked quietly. Jack blinked. "Why what? Why would a human with no bond to us sacrifice himself?" He hesitated, then gave the only honest answer he had. "She is a kid and looked scared." Silence fell. Something shifted in Ashara's expression, something warmer. "You are reckless," she said. "Devastatingly handsome, too, I've been told." One of the guards coughed in what might have been outrage. Ashara turned slightly, and for a heartbeat, Jack could swear he saw laughter dancing behind her composure. "You will remain here while you heal," she said. "You are under royal protection." "Does that mean I get room service?" "Yes." "Okay, I forgive the stabbing. Recovery is complicated." Jack healed faster than expected, thanks to Lyrathi regenerative light therapy, which involved floating in a glowing suspension chamber while polite alien nurses monitored his vitals and occasionally scolded him for attempting push-ups. Princess Ashara visited daily. At first, it was formal. Gratitude, diplomacy, questions about the attackers. But slowly, formality cracked. Jack learned she hated political banquets. Ashara learned he once tried to fight a vending machine and lost. He teased her about her guards. "They stare at me like I'm going to sprout extra limbs." "You nearly died," she replied. "They do not trust your survival instincts." Fair. One evening, as Earth's skyline glittered beyond the embassy's transparent walls, Ashara stood beside him on the balcony. "You disrupted more than an assassination," she said softly. "You disrupted centuries of distance between our people." Jack leaned on the railing. "Didn't mean to start a revolution. I was just trying to help." "I know." The city lights reflected in her eyes. "I have met many warriors," she continued, "but courage without obligation is rare." Jack's heart did something inconvenient. "Well," he said lightly, "you're welcome to study me further." Purely for diplomatic research. She turned to him fully now. Their faces were close, very close. "Is that an official human custom?" she asked. "Extremely official." For a moment, the world narrowed to breath and starlight. Then, a guard cleared her throat loudly. Ashara stepped back with regal composure. Jack sighed. I'm starting to think they don't like me. They are sworn to protect me from assassins and from distraction. Oh, chaos, naturally. The attackers had not acted alone. Jack found himself pulled into security briefings, strategy sessions, and one extremely chaotic moment where he accidentally set off a holographic war simulation by leaning on the wrong panel. Ashara laughed that time. Actually laughed. It changed something between them. Fighting side by side during a second attempted strike, Jack, armed with a confiscated energy baton, Ashara summoning radiant constructs of light, they moved together like they'd done it for years, back to back, trust absolute. When the dust settled, Ashara turned to him, breathing hard. "You are impossible," she said. "Yet charming." "Yes," she admitted. The word hung between them. The confession. On the night the final conspirators were captured, the embassy hosted a celebration. Music shimmered through the air. Alien and human diplomats mingled awkwardly over glowing drinks. Jack stood at the edge of the balcony again, feeling wildly out of place in formal wear that had been adjusted for Earth anatomy. Ashara approached. "No guards this time. You could return to your life now," she said. "Is that what you want?" She hesitated, for the first time in many cycles. "I do not know what I want." Jack stepped closer. "You asked me once why I did it," he said. "Why I stepped in?" "Yes." He reached for her hand slowly, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. "Because some things matter more than safety," he said. "And lately, you matter." Her breath caught. "Jack Morrison," she whispered, as if the name itself was something precious. He smiled, softer now. "No crowns. No guards. Just you and me." The city shimmered below. The stars shimmered above. And Princess Ashara, warrior, diplomat, heir to galaxies, leaned forward. Their kiss was not explosive. It was warm, certain, a promise. Happy ending with mild chaos. Months later, Earth tabloids exploded with headlines about mysterious human extraterrestrial alliance. Jack ignored them. He was too busy learning alien etiquette and being lightly threatened by overprotective royal guards. Ashara spent more time on Earth. Trade flourished. Cultural exchanges blossomed. "You know," Jack said once, arms around her waist, "I still think 10 stabs was excessive." Ashara smiled against his shoulder. "If it comforts you, the child insists on calling you Uncle Bladeproof." "I hate that," she laughed. The sound echoed over the city, bright and free. In a world of portals and politics, of light and steel, a reckless human and a radiant alien princess chose each other. And somehow, that was the bravest act of all. Welcome back to Manifold Mind. I hope you liked the story. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching.